the guy, the husband and father of the kids gets murdered, and you're out there doing all kinds of stuff. You're doing fundraisers and you're dancing around with glitter pants.
She's doing a CIA informational video.
Weird.
Who calls you for that?
Yeah.
You ever get one of those calls?
No, my agent never hit me with that one.
Yeah. It's odd. Well, there's a lot of people that think that she was his handler.
Joe Rogan may have just thrown a wild question straight into the middle of a growing political rumor storm, and people online are already running with it. The story being pushed claims that after Charlie Kirk was reportedly killed at Utah Valley University, Erika Kirk moved quickly into a powerful role at Turning Point USA, the multi-million-dollar conservative organization he helped build. But those claims need solid evidence before anybody treats them as fact.
And crazy eyes.
No.
There's a video of her making demon eyes, and every time she makes the eyes, the music. It's so ridiculous.
She's possessed.
Well, she just gets intense.
What do you say to people who justified, "You're sick"? He's a human being.
Oh, boy.
The eyes.
Then the speculation gets even deeper. According to the narrative circulating online, Rogan supposedly questioned Erika's intense public demeanor and started digging into her background. From there, some commentators made a huge leap, asking whether she was simply dealing with an unimaginable situation or whether something more calculated was happening behind the scenes.
It's odd. Well, there's a lot of people that think that she was his handler. She was Charlie Kirk's handler. But of course, there's a lot of people that think I have handlers.
The most explosive version even suggests she could have been some kind of government handler, but there's no basis to present an accusation that's serious as established truth. That's what makes this whole situation so messy. A dramatic question can blow up across social media in minutes, but separating documented facts from viral theories is where this story gets far more complicated. Rogan didn't just question her vibe or public image. He reportedly pushed the conversation toward her actual role inside the organization. That's when things got way more heated, with the word handler entering the discussion. It was a loaded term, instantly making the conversation sound much bigger and darker than a simple leadership shakeup. And that suspicion wasn't limited to Rogan. Hundreds of posts on X were reportedly throwing around that same handler label.
Yeah, well, I mean, she essentially was a pageant lady.
Oh, really?
Right? Wasn't she in, like, Miss USA or one of the things?
I don't know. Maybe.
Wasn't she, Jamie?
She's got that kind of face.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's a thing that people want, right? That attention, fame thing.
Yeah,
That is what they really want.
Rogan then zeroed in on another detail, suggesting that Erika appeared to shift her public persona depending on the audience she was speaking to, which only pushed the online speculation even further. At first glance, Erika's public backstory looked pretty straightforward. A former beauty queen who also had a brief reality TV appearance connected to Bravo's Summer House. Nothing too crazy there. But the story took a much more dramatic turn when archived footage allegedly surfaced, showing Erika appearing in instructional-style videos associated with the Central Intelligence Agency. That footage quickly became fresh ammo for online speculation, although appearing in agency-related material wouldn't by itself prove she actually worked for the CIA.
Erika Kirk.
She was on a reality show.
She's also in some weird CIA films.
Is that right?
Like, yeah. You ever seen those films?
No.
Look at this.
Extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
She's doing a CIA informational video.
That alleged discovery immediately sent the rumor mill into overdrive. Online critics started asking how someone could go from appearing in supposedly intelligence-linked media to taking a major leadership role inside one of America's biggest youth political organizations so quickly. But that connection remains an allegation, not proof of intelligence work. While reacting to comedian Tim Dillon's viral breakdown, Rogan reportedly focused on the detail people kept questioning: the speed of the transition from private grief to major organizational responsibilities and high-stakes fundraising. Dylan then mocked the timeline in a viral parody, questioning how anyone could possibly handle what he portrayed as a corporate takeover just hours after a devastating loss. Beneath all the jokes, Dylan zeroed in on what skeptics said felt so unsettling: the timing, the composure, and what they viewed as an almost perfectly rehearsed script. To critics watching closely, everything appeared remarkably precise, adding even more heat to the speculation. Then, independent investigators pointed to another alleged connection, and this one sent the speculation into overdrive.
She was in Romania. She had an orphanage. She was on a reality show. She married this famous guy. She was an intelligence asset. And I said to her, how do you do that?
Records were said to show that Erika's uncle, Jack Solomon, had previously served on the board of the Center for Jewish Studies at Utah Valley State College, the same campus later connected to Charlie Kirk's fatal shooting. Officials reportedly treated the overlap as coincidence, while online skeptics argued the connection looked almost too neat. Still, proximity or a family connection alone doesn't establish involvement in a crime. Then the conversation shifted to the shooting itself. Rogan reportedly questioned parts of the public narrative surrounding the physical evidence, including claims about the alleged weapon and a .30-06 round.
But how do you do it after the guy, the husband and father of the kids gets murdered and you're out there doing all kinds of stuff? You're doing fundraisers and you're dancing around with glitter pants. How does this happen?
He focused on what he viewed as an inconsistency between the reported injuries and the damage people might expect from a powerful hunting cartridge. But without verified forensic findings, that remains speculation, not proof that the official account was false. To skeptics, the whole situation looked seriously sus. And then the story got even messier.
Thing's weird because now there's video footage from behind.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, the round that he was supposedly shot with was a 30-06, which is a big round. That's a round that you kill a moose with.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't even have an exit wound.
Right.
It don't make no sense. It makes zero sense. The whole thing is like super sus.
It just is objectively super sus.
The whole story fractured when Candace Owens launched an investigative series.
Candace Owens launched an investigative series challenging parts of the publicly reported timeline and raising her own questions about what happened. She also warned her audience that figures connected to TPUSA might try to blame online commentators if anything happened to Erika, adding another explosive claim to an already heated controversy.
I feel like that needs to be said, that people are sensing that that's their plan here, to pull Erika got harmed by someone or Erika harmed herself. And none of this would have happened if it wasn't this culture of quote unquote digital assassination. And may I just state emphatically that Charlie Kirk was so opposed to this idea that speech equates to violence.
And the fallout went nuclear. According to the claims circulating around the dispute, Erika's legal team sent Owens cease and desist letters, while a TPUSA security figure reportedly pursued a major defamation case. Ben Shapiro also publicly slammed Owens in extremely harsh terms. The fight was no longer happening behind closed doors. It was turning into a full-blown conservative media showdown. Meanwhile, Owens' audience reportedly surged past 6 million subscribers, making the split on the right impossible to ignore, especially once Rogan entered the conversation. Then, critics noticed another shift. Erika's public presentation appeared to change. Early on, she was portrayed publicly as a soft-spoken, grieving widow dealing with a devastating loss.
I'm in the grocery store, and I see his hot sauce. I want to buy it. Or it's the little things, his clothes everywhere. Excuse me, but it's the little things. And I know that people who have experienced loss totally understand what I'm saying. It's the small things that just get you. It's the visual of, Daddy coming home, and to the world, he was Charlie Kirk, but to us, he was my love of my life. And
but the people watching her are sure Erika is a terrible actress.
But some of the people watching her weren't buying that public image at all, with critics even claiming Erika's performance felt forced. By mid-2026, they pointed to what they saw as a much darker, harder edge in her public speeches. And while addressing campus leaders, Erika reportedly leaned into intense, almost apocalyptic rhetoric, telling the crowd this. To Rogan's critics and supporters watching this unfold, that only added more heat to his point. The claim that Erika's public identity seems to shift fast, depending on the audience and the role she's expected to play. But questioning Erika's background doesn't automatically mean the prosecution's case against suspect Tyler Robinson falls apart. Prosecutors maintain that they have ballistics and digital evidence they say connects Robinson to the Utah Valley shooting.
I don't care if it's a trans, if it's a gender-confused person, if it's a Muslim, if it's whoever else that's standing in front of you, that's spitting on you, that's cussing at you, that's throwing your buttons everywhere. I don't care. You are what? You are what Charlie always said. You are what? You are a happy warrior.
And those claims have to be judged on verified evidence. Still, the question driving all this speculation hasn't disappeared. Is Erika Kirk simply a widow carrying forward her husband's political legacy? Or is there credible evidence that her position inside Turning Point was planned much earlier? That distinction matters. What do you think? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for the next breakdown.